Hi. I like to drop into some of the Facebook writing groups from time to time, just to see what people are doing and to see what kinds of questions people are asking, because it gives me ideas for things that I can speak with you about here. And I dropped in the other day, and this woman said that she was writing her first novel and that it was a fantasy novel, not for children. It was an adult, not an adult, but it was for adults, a fantasy novel. And then she'd done all the world creation. She'd created the world. She'd created her characters. She knew their motivations. She knew the plot. She knew everything. She'd plotted the whole thing out. And now she said she had no motivation for the actual writing. And that's her words, the actual writing. And she was looking for suggestions on how to get started. So I'm thinking, all that was actual writing. First of all, you've been doing actual writing. But what I said to her was thinking, if the problem is, it's your first novel and so it's so big, where do you start? I just said, you don't have to write it from beginning to end. Jump in anywhere where you're excited to jump in. It doesn't matter where you start to start the process, to get it rolling. So that was my response to her. It was a couple hours ago. I haven't heard anything back or seen other people's responses, but that was mine. Just have fun, jump in somewhere. Don't worry where. And then, I'm walking my dog. I do a lot of thinking while I'm walking my dog, and I'm thinking, maybe the problem isn't that it's an overwhelming, that she's overwhelmed by the size of the project. It's like I start and God, it's so big. But maybe it's because she's planned everything so completely in writing, okay, that now she just doesn't have motivation to jump in and start writing because she's already written it. Our subconscious minds are really interesting. It's like, I don't know if you've heard this or if you believe this, but I've heard and believe that if you have a story, perhaps a shorter one, and you tell the story, you do it verbally. Okay, this is a story I'm working on, and this is what happened, blah, 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 blah. Very often then you don't want to write it. As far as your subconscious mind, your creative mind, your right brain is concerned, you've written the story, it's done. So then it just becomes, putting it down. Who wants to do that? You're like a transcriber. So I wonder, I'm big on not over planning, not outlining. You might need some of that for a novel. I don't write novels. I write short stories, but I work with lots of authors who do write bigger pieces. And I can see how you would need to chunk it out and have some sense of where you're going. But this woman had just planned the entire thing. So it's just something to think about. Both of those. Do you think you have to start at the beginning? You don't. You can start anywhere that's fun and fresh, and just jump in and start there and see what happens. And also, don't plan so much that you're not excited about jumping in somewhere, because you kind of did it already. So that's my short bit of advice for today. So, be kind to your creative self. We have to take care of that part of ourselves so that we actually want to complete projects and and have fun while we're doing it. Okay, so I'm Pam Sorellis of Winged Horse Writing Studio, and I help writers find their stories and find their voices and develop their stories into powerful and beautiful pieces of writing. You can learn more about me at wingedhorsewritingstudio.com. You can drop a note below. Tell me what you think of this idea, if you overplan, or maybe you don't plan enough. So I'd love to hear your comments, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.